Talking about the pandemic now, we've reported COVID-19 numbers nearly every day the past year. While each number represents a person, a life, it's hard not to get COVID fatigue. When you're facing the symptoms at home, we know the anxiety and uncertainty can be a lot for you to handle. So we're talking to a doctor about how he says you can be in the best shape to battle any sickness.
Shale Remien looking into what she learned from doctors today, and there's definitely not a foolproof remedy when it comes to COVID because Shale really, it affects everyone so differently.
Oh, it definitely does, Cody. You know, doctors here at Emergency MD say they're even shocked by how everybody is impacted differently, different symptoms and things like that. And they say when you're home fighting this virus, desperate for answers, you can try a couple of different things, but also maybe even some supplements.
We've seen all gamuts of a 9-month-old with a runny nose that was COVID positive to somebody that we've had to put on a ventilator and sent to the ICU.
At this point in a pandemic, doctors say there's still no rhyme or reason as to how some survive COVID-19 and others don't.
How it affects certain people, it barely touches some, and other people it's lethal.
For such an unpredictable virus, we're connecting with the experts. Dr. Christian Montagano says there are some steps you can take from the comfort of your own bed to possibly ease symptoms when you're sick.
For the people that are at home with mild infections, I think there has been some evidence that show maybe a baby aspirin can hopefully help limit the percentage of people that do get blood clots.
He says COVID is notorious for producing thicker blood and therefore clots. He suggests even if you don't feel like it, movement is necessary.
The longer you lay in one position, the more you're going to be prone to clotting.
Dr. Montagano tells us COVID creates a lot of inflammation. Think of it almost like an allergic reaction.
You can get fluid that builds up inside your lungs almost like a pneumonia and can almost suffocate you.
He says something to possibly have in your medicine cabinet.
Pepsid, which is a histamine blocker, also kind of suppresses some of that inflammatory cascade.
And talking about supplements, he's weighing in on zinc and vitamin D in a fight that could last months for some.
Possibly zinc can shorten the duration of the illness, but especially I think that some of the literature shown with vitamin D that it hopefully helps kind of minimize some of that inflammation that happens in your body.
Dr. Montagano says when you're sick, your body can go what's called into a catabolic state. He says he knows you guys won't feel like eating, but you need to. He says it's very important to keep your nutrition up, especially focusing on those proteins. For now, reporting live in Greenville County, I'm Shale Remien, Fox Carolina, the 10 o'clock news.